better AC than before.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's just do a quick kind of check-in recap. So you guys have this decommissioned eel ship that that Rumel and Thalen boosted from the Elven fleet. Tick Tick was a stowaway. He was just like found a nice little cabinet to hang out in, and woke up sailing through space. You guys were pursuing something about Thalen Rumel's dad was into some kind of shenanigans with the fleet, and went to this this planet beyond basically quarantined space. Because the clockwork horrors are there, and if they are perturbed, they'll kind of rile up and then go kind of destroy everything. So you got to this planet that was kind of surrounded by this swarm of clockwork horrors. You managed to land after being psychically contacted by some creature. Found some cat people, and they led you to this temple where you encountered some horrible aberration things that tried to destroy you. You fought those off, fled, and then you kidnapped Tabaxi, one of the cat people, for reasons I'm still a little fuzzy on.
It freed it.
Oh,
we didn't kidnap it. We totally freed it from the Apollon.
It's a follow-up to the theme from the dinosaur planet.
Yes, right.
Where we were trying to do the most good. It just turns out that the most good in that final denouement was kidnapping a lone Tabaxi.
Because that was the youngest one and the one who wasn't like running around with its bits out trying to kill people. And so we've been teaching it the language and teaching it how to do all sorts of things. It took like a good week for it to just stop pissing everywhere, and now it's a member of the team.
Yeah, I mean, and how dare you?
And Tick Tick, I think, is teaching it some cool monk moves. So it went from using its spear, and now it's trying to figure out all the monk stuff.
Oh, and Timothy, I don't know if you're aware. I mean, you'll have the most fun with this character because it's very much to your play style. But Rumil impregnated a non-zero number of Aboriginal elves after we had done incredible things and pretty much convinced it that we were deities, and you leaned into that real hard, despite not coming on the adventure that confirmed our deity. And so
yeah, I'd say Rumil's all about like the sloth, lust,
instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification. Exactly. It's all about. He's not mean. He's just like, if I can sit around and eat, I am going to sit around and eat.
Got it. Okay, that's good to know because the character sheet does not mention that. Okay, which begs also the question. I know I'm a sorcerer. To what being or deity or etc. am I sort of subscribed to?
I think you're a warlock. You're not a warlock. You're a wild magic sorcerer. So you just have it kind of as part of your being, which is actually like a little bit of a problem because
what is healing bouquet? I looked it up online.
Yeah, that's something that you guys got given to you. I think the Aboriginal elves gave you each one of those.
Yep.
It's basically a healing potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it reusable?
A little one-time boon.
It's a bunch of edible flowers, basically.
Cool. Okay. Perfect.
Yep. And then the way that I do wild magic is that every time you cast a spell, you add 1 to your tracker, and you also roll a d20. And if you roll under whatever your tracker number is, then you have a wild magic surge.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'll keep note.
Yep. And then so as a wild magic sorcerer, Rumil is also not like super respected by the Elven fleet, because they're all about like wizardry and that sort of thing. So Rumil never really fit in. So he was just like, all right, screw you guys. I'll just do my own thing then.
Okay.
Yes. Phelan tries to keep Rumil out of as much trouble as Rumil inflicts upon him. And so it's a Phelan is he's loosening up by sheer necessity, adventuring around with Rumil and Tick Tick. He has had to loosen up a bit.
Okay, cool.
That's
all
good.
right. Where do you
that's a very integral part of the group dynamic so far, because here you have a man who, out of a sense of duty, stole an airship, but it's his compatriots that are causing all the problems.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so after kind of filling in that piece of the puzzle, you're still like, okay, like there's still some shenanigans going on here, and we got Phelan, you were like, I got to figure out what's going on. It seems like there's some shenanigans in the intelligence organizations of the Elven fleet, of which you were previously, a member. You were basically, the NSA, kind of spying on everybody. So you have gathered some intelligence of your own. You have found that there is a exile elf named Fingon, who's been exiled from the fleet, whom you think he's a pretty high-ranking former intelligence officer, and so you think that Fingon will be able to give you at least another piece of the puzzle, if not the whole thing. Unfortunately, your intelligence also reveals that Fingon is currently being held prisoner by the pirate lord Yellowteeth on the pirate anchor, which is a little confederation of islands that kind of all are attached together in the space between kind of the Antillan Empire and the Elven fleet. It's basically like a pirate city. Where Yellowteeth, kind of has its base of operations. So you are taking your still unnamed, very simple decommissioned eel ship to the pirate anchor to see if you can get Fingon away from Yellowteeth and ask him some questions.
Quick question for Timothy: what is Rumil proficient at all in deception?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That'll come into play a little later, because I know I definitely won't be able to do it, but I have a plan.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, you guys are on approach to the pirate anchor. It's a bunch of kind of small to medium asteroids kind of strung together with these long kind of rope bridges, a bunch of buildings built on top of them. Obviously not much rules in this place as a pirate city, but they do hail you as you come in and direct you as to where to dock. So you bring the ship in and pull up and dock. You guys hop on out of the ship. It's kind of like any kind of port that you all have been to before, although Tick Tick probably hasn't had much experience, just being a simple farmer. But Phelan and Rumil, you guys are accustomed to the ports of the Elven fleet, which are always, pristine, like clean, safe, organized, highly militaristic. This place is none of those things, except maybe the militaristic. Everybody, it looks like, has weapons, are armed, often walking around in groups. It looks like they're kind of gangs and whatnot around and about. You see, it's pretty dim. There's not great lighting. The star is kind of far off that the pirate anchor is nearby. It's all sorts of races and beings, humans and trolls and orcs and half orcs and goblins and halflings. It's like a huge melting pot of people. It looks like for the most part, everyone kind of is minding their own business. They don't really, there's not like a welcoming party or anything that shows up when you all come into land. They don't even charge you a docking fee, which is also a little bit weird. There's a bunch of buildings, inns, taverns, clothiers, gambling halls, brothels, all the things that a pirate might want between pirating adventures.
All right. Do I see any sort of visible, like, security force? Anything that looks separated from the main populace?
Yes. Before I give you that, I forgot to mention that you actually have a lead on at least someone to talk to about where Yellowteeth might be. You just know he's somewhere on the pirate anchor, which could be anywhere in this, dozens of asteroids. So you know that Yellowteeth's head assassin is called Yearling. And Yearling often hangs out at the Last Angels Tavern. So that's like a tip that you managed to dig up when you were researching this. As far as a security detail, yes, as a matter of fact, there is a group of about 5, kind of 20-somethings looking humans. They've got copper torques around their necks, all of them. And they approach, they've got kind of rapiers at their side. They approach as you land, and they kind of look up at you, and they're like, hey, it's a walking around fee of 50 gold.
Well, then you ought to pay us.
You seem to be walking around.
Give me a persuasion check roll.
Uh, 16.
Okay. The guy in front is momentarily confused. He's like, no, that's not how it works. You pay us.
Huh?
Am I to believe that you own the streets, not live on them?
Damn right we do. They all step back and kind of with a flourish draw their rapiers, almost like it's a kind of choreographed kind of move, and point them at the 4 of you, or the 3 of you actually. Look talk is in the ship. He's like, this is fun. This place is scary. There are too many people. I'm not coming out.
All right, so I want to scan for who looks like the leader of the bunch. I'm assuming the one who's been talking.
It looks like they're all following his lead. Yeah.
I'd like to make an insight check to see how he might respond to a little display of There we go. Sound good?
To a little display of what?
A little display of the promise of wanton violence. These seem like young men, and so
got it.
Insight or something else?
Yeah, insight.
Okay. All right, that'll be 18.
Yeah, you think with asking for 50 gold, so there's 2 things that you get. One is that was like an opening bid. That wasn't like what he actually expected to collect. But 50 gold is an exorbitant fee for any sort of like bribe or docking fee or something like that. So they're clearly like setting the bar pretty high, expecting that people are not going to meet that. And it looks like he and his 4 compatriots are pretty happy about the prospect of cutting you down and just stealing your shit. Because you clearly do not read as pirates to them. And with that, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
These men are criminals.
Yes.
Well done, Tick Tick. Unfortunately, there are more of them than there are of us, so it will possibly give them a chance to be worth our time.
How many of them are there?
There are 5 of them. Wow, you guys all rolled amazingly. They also rolled amazingly.
21.
All right.
So, yeah, the pirates, they kind of see you sizing them up, Thalen, and seeing that no gold is forthcoming, they're like, right, we'll just have to cut you down and carve it off of you. And the lead guy makes a lunge for you, Thalen. The other guys also close in. So, Thalen, 2 of them attack you. Tick Tick, 2 of them attack you. And Rumel, 1 of them attacks you. Thalen, that's 2 misses. Tick Tick, that's 1 hit.
What?
And Rumel, that is a miss. Tick Tick, yeah, this guy like steps up to the side of you and just skewers you with a rapier for 4 points of damage.
The hell you say?
Okay, Tick Tick, that's you.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna attack this guy with my full on.
Okay.
That's gonna be my standard attack and then my flurry of blows.
Awesome.
That's 15, 16, 12, 9.
Yeah, the 12, 15, 12, 16 all hit.
All right, so that's going to be 3 die 4 plus 15.
Oh man! All right, you are you attacking with any weapon, or this is all just open hand?
No, it's spear hand.
Nice.
I'm going to palm heal this guy's teeth in.
You just beat the hell out of this pirate that just stabbed you. Slap him across the side, give him an uppercut. He kind of folds over. You knee him in the face. He falls back, blood spewing from his nose. He is out of it.
All right.
All right. That is Thalen.
All right. I am going to first draw the rapier and scimitar. And
there's 2 guys in front of you. There's the kind of leader guy, and then one of his flunkies.
Okay, so leader guy it is. There's going to be overhand arcing stab, and then lower stab, trying to get around the parry. So awesome. The first attack is a 16.
That's a hit.
All right. And the second attack is a 20.
Also a hit.
Okay. So
that's how that works.
So with the rapier, that is 9 points of damage. And with the scimitar, that is 6 points of damage for a total of 15 piercing and slashing damage.
All right, you go kind of over under on this guy, stab past his defenses. He's kind of desperately trying to flail you off. He is definitely looking hurt, but not out.
Okay, so we're gonna burn an action surge then, and take one more. Since the scimitar was the second slash. Then the rapier is going to follow with a strike towards the eyeball. Okay. And that is a 20 to hit.
Oh my god. Yep, that's a hit.
All right. And that is another 7 points of piercing damage.
All right. You stab this guy through right into the eyeball. He briefly twitches on your sword. You draw it out. The eyeball is actually like still stuck on your sword as you draw it out of his skull. So you've got like an impaled eyeball on your rapier as the head guy drops. All right, Rumel.
I'm going to say, how many of you do we have to kill before you're paying us? And I'm going to go for intimidation here to see if
awesome. Give me an intimidation check.
Let's see, 16 plus whatever my intimidation is. That's not filled. It's not so.
Yeah, I didn't finish building Rumel because it was just an NPC character. So
that's cool. I think it's, I guess, +1 then. So 17.
Okay, awesome. You ask that, and so the leader guy is dead. Tick Tick just beat the hell out of this other guy. There are 3 guys left with rapiers out, and they kind of look at each other. And it looks like they're gonna break and run, Rumel.
Great. I'm going to try to use hold person on the nearest one.
Okay, awesome. The one that's right in front of you?
The one that looks wealthiest. How about that?
Okay, great. So that's a wisdom saving throw. That is not successful. You speak arcane words of power, and this guy who is kind of looking over his shoulder, he's like, yeah, maybe we should. And then he's just like frozen in place. Add 1 to your wild magic counter and give me a d20.
16.
Ooh.
Okay, great.
We're going to eat him.
I mean, Luke Talk definitely would eat him. 100%. Okay, that's it. Back to the top of the initiative. Yeah, the 2 guys that are not frozen take disengage actions and their full movement, and then they take cutting action to dash. They just turn and book it from you all. The one that's frozen is still frozen. He gets another save at the end of his turn. And he overcomes. You see him start to move. He overcomes it, but he doesn't have any action left. Tick Tick.
That guy, I'm going to tell him, your friends are awful. And I'm going to hoist him over my shoulder. Start walking away.
Just grab him. Okay. Give me a pose athletics check because he's not frozen anymore.
I got a 21.
Jesus. Okay. You successfully grapple him. Where are you going with this guy?
I'm just going to continue walking where we were going. Like with utter disregard for whatever it is he can muster. I'm just going to dab this guy.
He's part of the party now. He's.
This is how we grow the adventuring group.
Yes.
We just grab people.
You're
okay.
in the fleet now, asshole.
Phelan, there's two dead pirate gang guys here, and Tick Tick's just walking away with this other guy.
All right, so I'm going to unskewer the eyeball, like taking an olive off
like
a
an olive
toothpick,
off, right? Yeah.
and I'm going to hold it under Johnny McGrapple's face and say, "Now's time for you to relax, answer any questions we have when we have questions, and I'm going to look through your buddy's pockets. And in a minute, we're going to look through yours too. So let's see how well you'll behave. Otherwise, I'm feeding you your big brother's eyeball."
Give me intimidation with advantage, Thalen.
All right, that is 15.
Okay. All right. The guy like nods as he's like hanging over Tick Tick's shoulder. He's like, yeah, man. That sounds good.
Excellent. And so I'm going to look through the mouthpieces stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so they have these kind of copper torques around their necks, which seem, somewhat valuable. Definitely like object of jewelry. They've both got rapiers. They have a couple of pouches with a total of 10 silver pieces.
Okay.
If you want to take those, you can mark them off. And then the kind of mouthpiece guy has some leather armor on.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing chainmail. Actually, I miscalculated the armor class. My armor class is 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
that's right.
Excellent. So I'm just going to take that leather armor and toss it into the ship, since we're going to sell it at some point. And we're right on the dock, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much right there.
I'm assuming the dock is just off the edge of space, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I'm disposing of our 2 kills.
Okay. So you toss them off the edge.
Yep.
Yes, no?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Totally.
All right. Yeah. You strip them bare. Toss them off the edge. Are you keeping the rapiers as well?
Yeah. We'll sell those 2.
All right. Great. Go ahead and add that to your inventory. 2 rapiers, 2 copper torques. I guess 3 if you're checking out the other guy.
Yeah.
So you got three rapiers, 3 copper torques, and the 10 silver pieces and the leather armor.
All right. And was it just 1 set of leather armor on the big guy?
Exactly.
That all? Okay. Yep. And do those torques look like these guys are somebody's slaves? Are we likely to have to deal with owners?
Give me a history check.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what the... Oh, 19.
No, your understanding of pirates is that they are vehemently anti-slavery.
Cool.
So you would be surprised if anybody at the Pirate Anchor employed slaves. You think that would be socially unacceptable?
Okay. Fantastic. Well, those 2 are in the space version of Davy Jones' locker, and we can carry this guy.
Okay. Yeah, the guy's like, okay, you got my stuff. Can you let this guy put me down?
Do you want us to let you go? Because right now, go is going to be where your buddies went.
Yeah. Just let me down.
Tick.
Yeah. What?
Sit him with his buddies. We're going to toss you over the edge of the dock.
Wait, no, not those buddies.
Okay.
The buddies are ran away.
Okay, fantastic. So, couple questions for you, and we are looking for honest answers. If we find out you lied to us, we will hunt you down, and I'm going to take both your eyeballs, but I'm going to leave you alive.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you want.
Where's the Last Angels Tavern?
The Last Angels. It's on Second Rock.
Second Rock. Fantastic. Do you know Yellow Teeth?
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone knows Lord Yellow Teeth.
Lord Yellow. Well, la-dee-da. Do you work for Lord Yellow Teeth?
No, we're not that cool.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Where does he like to hang out?
I don't know. He's got lots of places all over. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I don't know is a pretty believable answer. You seem of the I don't know variety. So so what we'll do, we'll let you go. You can in fact, how about this? Does he have a pocket like on his shirt or anything like that?
Yeah, he's got basic clothes, yeah.
Okay, so I am going to take out the eyeball. I'm going to put it in his breast pocket and say run along now to your buddies and show them that, and then tell them what I told you. We do not want to see either any of you again. Understand?
Okay, you got it.
All right. And so does he? All right,
Yeah,
Dick, you can set him down.
Yeah.
All right, son.
All right. So
hang in there.
Room mill.
He takes off.
Normally, we've talked about morality before. Normally, I'd say you never ever do this, but pirates are not like people, and you've got to. It's like wild animals here. You've got to let them know that you're a bigger, meaner animal than either of them.
I agree.
And now I think we're gonna have a. At least we won't have people asking us for walking around fees. So, second rock then. Either if you want a drink.
I'm parched.
Fantastic. Drinks it is. They're gonna be on those guys.
All right, you all head away. You noticed that during your brief altercation, there were like a couple of like looky-loos, basically. Like it's like free entertainment, basically. They're like, oh hey, a fight. So yeah, Thalen, you think that probably word got around that you all dealt with the copper pincers pretty handily, and you think that it's probably not going to stop any serious heavies, but yeah, you think that like regular gangs walking around are probably going to leave you alone unless there's a really compelling reason to do so.
Dude, why would they attack a fleet captain? It boggles the mind.
I don't think the ship is flagged as an Elven fleet ship.
No, but I am definitely wearing captain's epaulets.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I worked hard for these. I went through dressers and everything.
I thought you were a farmer.
He totally is. He stole a captain's uniform.
Got it.
And Thalen at this point is like, whatever.
That's how it works, right?
That's good enough for me. We'll kill them. We'll take their things. It's how we'll handle it. All right, let's go get a drink and maybe some fried cheese sticks.
You guys cruise around and eventually figure out that each of these long rope bridges, there's like a stone kind of post at the start of it that gives like some basic directions. There's like arrows and then numbers. Some of them are pictures. So you see that it looks like there are rocks numbered 1 through 4, and then there are a bunch of rocks that are associated with pictures. Like one is a Pegasus looking thing. One is like a dog looking thing. Another one is just like a face. So it looks like they kind of use like a pictorial map.
So it's
mechanism.
like navigating a shopping mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
A lot like that. Yep.
All right.
So you guys are able to figure out where Second Rock is. It's only like two of these rope bridges across from where you landed. You're able to make it over there. You get outside the Last Angel's Tavern. It's single story, pretty basic wooden building. There's a little sign with like a couple of angels that are like walking out of a door or walking through a door, sort of thing. And there's the crowd is definitely thinned out as you got to Second Rock. There's a lot fewer people just kind of meandering around.
All right, and a flavor question for you: are my swords like on some kind of is the harness for them like open bladed, kind of like pirates, or are there scabbards?
No, I imagine that at least the rapier is open bladed, and the scimitar probably has a scabbard.
Okay, so I wipe the scimitar off before it goes into the scabbard because that'd be held to clean, but the blood stays on the rapier.
Nice.
Just a little advertisement of we have recently killed someone and it's not even breakfast yet. So
awesome. So you guys are outside this tavern that has this little kind of angel pictograph on it.
Does it seem like a rough establishment, or are people behaving pretty civilized?
Well, you guys haven't gotten in yet. You're just kind of standing outside on the street. Like I said, there's not very many people kind of around and about.
All right, so I'll walk on in.
Okay. You guys head on in. It's a pretty large room. There's about a dozen tables. There's a bar on the far right wall. On the corner, the nearest corner on the left, there's a little stage. There's a musician up there. There's like a handful of people that are like sitting and clearly attentively paying attention to the musician. There's a few people. Looks like they're doing various gambling games at some of the tables. There's you notice off to the right, there's a couple of looking like magic user types. They're casting like some cantrips, sort of thing, like some illusions to do some entertaining and kind of do some busking. There's servers kind of going all throughout the room, and yeah, it seems fine. Like nobody's in a fight right now. You don't hear any shouting or anything like that. It looks like everyone's having just a grand old pirate time.
Reasonably fun place.
Yeah, well, now nobody's drinking light.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all. This is serious drinking time for sure.
All right, so I'm going to pull or belly up to the bar real fast and procure drinks for the three of us.
Okay.
And I'm just going to. I'm not going to hail the bartender. I'm just going to stand and just sort of wait patiently, respectfully until.
Okay, yeah. They're not catastrophically busy. So he gets up to you. He's like, "We got shine."
3, please.
All right, you get 3 little ceramic, little tiny kind of espresso-sized mugs. He pours some clear liquid into each of them.
All right, what do I owe you?
3 copper.
3 copper, fantastic. I'll hand them a silver and say the rest is for you. I have an old school buddy I haven't seen in a long time who I'm looking for. His name's Yearling. Do you mind just sort of pointing him out to me real subtle like? I want to surprise him.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. Natural 20. Let me see what the oh, okay, for a 21.
Wow, awesome. Okay. Yeah, the bartender takes your silver, disappears. He like does the little eye shift thing. He doesn't even do a chin waggle. He just does the eyes. He says, "Yeah, you're looking for him over there. He's playing dice."
All right. Thank you very much. And so I take the drinks back to the other 2. Offer a perfunctory military toast. Sort of the Royal Fleet version of "Here's to Swimming with Bow-Legged Women," and toss mine back.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just shoot. I don't know if I even really wait till he fully gets through whatever he's saying. Like, that's
probably not. Yeah, but Rubo, I probably as soon as Rubo takes possession of it, it's right into his mouth.
All right. What does
it's not good. It is not good.
I wasn't expecting it to be good, but I don't know if Tick Tick is the drinking kind.
Tick Tick is not the drinking kind.
All right. So
Tick Tick will stand awkwardly with this cup in his hand.
I'll tap him on the shoulder. Yeah, that seems like a good decision. You want to watch the dice game? Right this way.
Okay.
All right, and so we're going to watch the dice game a bit, and
there's a lot of people in here with yellow teeth.
That is an accurate observation.
That is true, and we're looking for the yellowest one.
Okay, yeah. Even there's a table that's doing cards. There's a table that's doing some kind of elaborate thing with like some magically imbued crystals with different shapes. And then there's one table that's just doing what looks like dice. So you guys wander over and kind of watch for a moment or two. They've got there's 4 players. They've got these kind of leather cups. They put the dice in. They shake it. They throw it down. They kind of look at them, and then they're calling out a bunch of numbers. Looking at the 4 players here, one of them's a half elf. There's a halfling, a dwarf, and a human. They're all men.
Am I able to establish the rules or the structure of this game?
Yeah, Rumo, you've played this before. You've conned many of people, in fact, playing this game before. This is Liar's Dice, where each player rolls 5 6-sided dice. The other, you don't show your dice to the other person, and then you have to guess the total number of dice that have a certain face value. So if you look at your cup and you see you have like 2 2s, you might guess, well, are there possibly 3 2s because maybe they have 1 2 in their cup. And so it goes back and forth, and you can only escalate. So you could only, so if you say 3 2s, they would have to say 4 3s or 4 5s or 4 6s as the next round. And it would get to that point until someone calls liar, at which point everyone reveals their dice. And if you did not guess correctly, then you lose.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and shove in. I'm going to start with low betting and lose a few hands just to get them pulled in. And then I'm going to start ramping up the betting. And when I am inevitably call a number that I think is near impossible, I'd like to use subtle spell to be able to use minor illusion, I believe, yes, to have the dice say what I want them to say.
Oh my god, I never thought of combining subtle spell with gambling, but that is freaking insane. Okay, so what does that, let's see, what does that get you? Without any somatic or verbal components. That's ridiculous. Okay. Are you looking to make money here? You're looking to make friends? What's kind of your outcome that you want out of this, Rumal?
I want to draw the first few rounds just to figure out who Yellow Tooth or Teeth is.
Okay.
And then essentially make sure that he and I come out of this winners, and everyone else just gets burned of all their cash.
Well, and Yellow Teeth is probably not here. We're looking for someone named Yearling.
Right.
Yearling, sorry, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so Rumel sits down at the table and starts playing Thalen Tick Tick. What are you guys doing while he's playing a few rounds?
Is there a table nearby that's just unoccupied, that's close enough to re-engage if need be, but far enough to not be looky-loos, basically? Yeah, for sure. It does look like sometimes like people walk by and like watch a few games and that kind of thing. So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to be spectating. So we'll have a seat, and I'll order us some food and a plate for Rumil when he gets loose of this game.
Rumil, give me a perception check.
Oh, that's my favorite one. Oh, yeah.
18.
Okay, you hear Thalen ordering some food from you, and you intuit like that the food's not going to you, it's going to his table. So like as the server passes behind, you're like, oh no, that's my food, and you grab it and put it down at the dice table.
I'm specifically also going to grab the server and then place them also down at the table with us.
Okay. Yeah, the server kind of sits in your lap and kind of does a little like flirtatious wriggle and gives you, a little bit of like time, and then she's like, "Oh, you got to get your next drink, honey," and she kind of pops up and goes to get around for you guys.
I cheer and bang on the table and look at the other people and at the table. Ah, yes.
Rumo, give me either persuasion or deception check.
$19.
Okay, awesome. And then Tick, are you doing anything? You're just kind of hanging out, keeping an eye on things?
I'm assuming my normal steadfast duty of keeping the magic user upright.
Awesome. All right, great. Okay, Rumel. So yeah, go ahead, Phelan.
How much time has passed since the Clockwork Horrors and the Aboleths? Have we had enough time to get
language
a bit more used to one another?
Language.
It's been probably like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because enough to teach Luke Talk some like basic communication skills. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, Rumel. So yeah, you play for a while, and eventually, you discover that the half elf's name is Yearling. And after you discover that, you kind of do your manipulation to kind of get a round or two in each of your favors. So yeah, after like 20 minutes of gaming, you're doing pretty well.
I'm going to look over and be like, see, it's the elven blood. We're connected. We are playing well together. I'm going to go eat with my friends. We should play more together after.
I'll be here, mate.
Excellent. I'll take my winnings from the table and join our group.
All right, awesome. Go ahead and add 5 silver, Rumil, to your inventory. Okay, Rumil rejoins you guys. You're sitting. You're kind of semi close to the dice table, but this place, it's not raucous, but it is loud enough that unless someone's really trying to be deliberate, they're probably not going to overhear you from where you are. So Rumil sits down and joins you guys.
I relay my new information about who it is and sort of what went down, basically.
Okay. Because I already know that Rumil's 5 silvers are likely going to the brothel, I'm going to hand him one that we took off of the copper pinchers and say, why don't you order yourself and your new friend Yearling something a bit more expensive than the standard cup, and ask him to come join us for a round.
Ah, yes, whores. I will wave over to the bartender.
Whores?
Yes, Tick, we're going to make you into a man, one you've never believed in before. I'm going to wave over, I guess. I don't actually know how one orders prostitutes in a bar, so I'm assuming you talk to the...
I'm talking about a drink. Order him a drink.
Oh, I know, but Rumil's not ordering a drink with this kind of cash. We're ordering a whore.
All right.
Yeah, Rumil, you know that probably most of the serving girls do like pull double duty, basically.
I'm going to invite my new friend over to go join with me and her.
Devil's Streetway? So, they might not be into that.
Yeah. So, all right, give me a persuasion check, Rumil, with disadvantage.
I'm hearing some DM bias on that one. You don't know about this guy. 14.
Okay. Yearling looks up at you, and the servant girl is kind of shrugs and says, "I could go for a few drinks first."
Let's start there. Come on.
Do you take him over to your guys' table?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're honeypotting this.
Yeah. So this guy looks like just a super archetypical villain type. Like the sheriff in the Kevin. No, the Robin Hood. Prince
Like
of
the
Thieves.
Alan Rickman sheriff.
Yeah,
with the
right,
pencil thin.
Yeah, exactly. So all in black. He's got like weapons all over him. He's got like this leather armor on. Definitely takes himself very seriously. Like he's like, oh no, I am an assassin. Is the vibe that you get off this guy? He kind of sits at you, kind of surveys the three of you. You can see the wheels spinning as he's like having the wine that is kind of the step up from the shine that you guys sprung for him. So he's kind of having a little bit of a drink, kind of looking back. It's like, well, friends, who be ye?
We're from out of town.
You don't
You're on
say.
business. Yes, we are taking our beet growing friend on a tour of the lesser trod path, getting into a little mischief. If we were looking for some work around here, who are the most reliable employers? I'm talking about work for some quality adventurers.
What kinds of work do you do? You trying to get into the pirate business?
Not get into the business so much, but since we're here, we might take a few things and fence them for a little cheaper than we might normally, just to get us to our next port and make the local patron a little richer.
We're specialists.
Specialists in what? Do you deal in death as I do? He kind of gets out a little dagger and starts twirling it, super stereotypically villain-wise.
I'm going to tilt so that my my bloody rapier is visible. It's like it's clear that we are not artists like you are, but we have been known to end the occasional life. Who's the major employer on these rocks?
All sorts of jobs to be had. You said you're looking for a fence. Linford there at the bar can hook you up with a fence if you like.
Mm-hmm.
What sorts of specialists be ye?
I'm a people person.
He is a people person, and we dispose of large problems. Just last month, we and let's see, how do I? We disposed of a fairly large dinosaur.
Aye, what be that?
All right, so it's you know what an alligator is, right?
Arr.
It's like a big stand-up alligator with little arms that walks upright, and it's about as tall as 3 of these bars stacked on top of one another.
You don't say. Did you get its skin?
We sold its skin. It got us here.
Aye. Good stuffing, I bet. So you be adventurers specializing in killing big things.
In meetings.
And meetings.
We facilitate the meetings.
Meeting the big things.
People
Meeting
person.
the big things, and we like to like to make ourselves known to the
powers that be.
The powers that be, the head honcho of any particular rock. We like to network. We like to make good contacts with.
Yeah.
He kind of leans back in his chair, puts the dagger away that he's been playing with, and I'll roll a sleight of hand. I rolled a 1. He tries to like deftly pull out something from under his jacket. He kind of fumbles it briefly. He recovers, and then he kind of almost like, you know, when you catch the cats doing something dumb and they're like, "I meant to do that." He's kind of like, "I meant to do that." He throws his dice cup down on the table and says, "You're looking for Yellow Teeth, and I can tell you where he is, but it's going to be a game. What have you got?"
Rumil?
We have all the angles. Yeah.
Rumil, you feel like another game?
Absolutely. What are we putting up for this, though?
That's an excellent question. What are we putting up?
Let's wager who gets what end for that whore later.
Yeah, let's go for that. I think that's a legitimate bargain.
See?
Yearling kind of furrows his brow. He says, "Ye be the people person, eh?"
Normally I do all the talking, but we're doing an apprenticeship thing now on this leg of the journey, so I'm letting my compatriots handle this part of the meeting.
Aye, well, that's not what I be thinking. What do you use to take down that big lizard thing? You got magic? You got magic weapons?
Ultimately, I think we hit it with
our
ship.
wits.
Yeah. We sort of went mano-y-mano with a ship, and we won.
Aye, a ship would do nicely for the wager.
Okay. Then, yeah, we'll wager against that.
Well, he's talked about his end, you know, but to grow beans, you need air and water.
I'm just going to go ahead and say absolutely, because I'm confident. I'm going to use the same trick I used before.
Oh man, I had this scene imagined where we'd have this like tense like role play through actually playing the game, and Rumil's just like, "Nah, fuck that shit." So do keep track of your sorcery points though, because you guys are probably not going to get a long rest before you have to do some serious shit. So you're spending resources, but that's legit. So you play with him. You eventually get up to 10 sixes. He calls you a liar. You reveal it, and sure enough, all the dice have 6s on them. How is that possible? He is clearly suspicious. But
he's already called him a liar. Where do you go from there?
Okay, so this time that we're spending in the bar just eating and drinking and hanging out, does this count as a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Yearling kind of nods. He says, "All right, you be looking for Yellow Teeth? I can tell you where he is. He's at the Lobsters. It's on Pegasus Rock. He'll be there. He'll be there many hours. I be staying away while you do that. Although my buddy Rumil and I got a horde to destroy."
All right. Rumil?
Yeah, I'm definitely. We're going up there. We're gonna.
Tick and I are going to head over to Pegasus Rock and see what's what.
Maybe we should check on our ship before we do.
Let's do that. Let's. We're gonna head back to the ship. Make sure we've got what we need. You do what it is you're going to do, and then
don't tell us about it.
Wash off. Don't tell us about it. Hopefully, whatever it was you gave to all of those Aboriginal elves, you don't give to our new friend, because he might take that he'd take that unkindly. And we'll meet you on Pegasus Rock.
I kind of like have already started leaving. I hear something about Pegasus Rock, and that's about all I got.
Okay, that's fine.
As Rumil kind of gets up to leave with Yearling and their accompaniment, the door bursts open, and you guys see Luke Talk sprinting across the room at you. Kind of a handful of heads turn, but then they go back. Luke Talk gets up to you, Thalen Tick Tick, and he says, "Elves, more elves, many elves,
yes.
Many elves, 100 elves." And he's pointing out the door.
100 elves where?
All right, there.
He's like pointing out the door.
Following Luke Talk.
You guys leave, and Rumil
Luke Talk goes Legion.
Goes to a back room. You guys leave the Last Angels. As you exit the door, there is a swarm of Man-O-War Elven Fleet ships going all throughout, all between the rocks. You see every now and then they're sending out blasts of energy, attacking the pirates. You know, some of the pirate ships are starting to lift off to do battle. It looks like the Elven Fleet has found their defector, Thalen, or you think they're either here for you or for
they want this coat back. Yeah, they want the coat back.
Am I still dressed like an Elven Fleet defector, or am I looking fairly normal right now? Normal adventure and chainmail.
No, you have. I mean, you still have your like kind of uniform that you were wearing. It's it's not in total pieces, but so someone would have to look closely to identify you as clearly being an officer in the Elven Fleet. But that's what you're wearing. That's all you got for clothing. You guys have been in space for weeks, so.
All right, I am going to snatch the epaulets off of Tick Tick's shoulder and be like, I will sew these back on better than before, but we best not be seen, Captain.
Oh right, yeah. Use our heads. Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. So let's.
You guys see people are running through the streets at this point. Like all hell has broken loose on the pirate anchor as the Elven Fleet is here, basically bombarding it in preparation for sweeping it for something. Something maybe you, it may be the guy that you're here to find.
All right. So let's.
Rumil is still not with you. He's.
Yeah. Fine. He can work on the hooker, and
Rumil, you hear screaming that's not like you're not responsible for it, which is like you're okay with screaming that you're responsible for. That's kind of how things usually go. But you hear screaming outside the building that there's some kind of chaos going on.
I speed up my rhythm.
All right.
So who wants to paint the picture for what's going on for Ken? Hi, Ken.
I'm really sorry, guys.
No worries.
I can't get my shit together. I apologize.
So we have located the our contact to find the baddie we're looking for, who is imprisoned. The Elven Fleet contact we're meant to find on the rock. Timothy has like super cheated at a gambling game to get noticed by the assassin, who then told us where the sort of local king baddie is, and is currently upstairs splitting a hooker with the lower level baddie. That was his opening salvo, and I guess that particular line of persuasion worked all right. Luktok has run into the bar to tell us that there are 10 elves here, and we've come out to see the entire elven fleet just sort of shelling the place, and some of the pirates going up to fight. It's possible they're after us since I stole one of their ships, and it's possible they're after Yellowteeth the big bad, but now we're going to Tick and I are going to usher you quietly while there's wild commotion. We're going to walk with a purpose, but sort of semi-nonchalantly to the lobsters on Pegasus Rock to speak with Yellowteeth.
And Luke talked to be. I don't know if this came out in previous communications with you, but you were living your happy little tabaxi life on a little jungle world with really low tech. You had this god that you worshipped. He was cool. He talked to you in your mind, told you what to do. Every now and then, these weird creatures from beyond space came and had more conversations with your god. And of course they should. Like, who wouldn't want to come and talk to your god?
Right.
But then these guys showed up and there were shenanigans happening inside the temple. And so you and your mates were dispatched to deal with them. And then they lured you onto their ship. What'd you guys lure them with? Like some really smelly meat or something?
Yeah, like some almost rotten meat. Yep. That did the trick.
And basically kidnapped you. You freaked out for about a week, like just peeing all over the place, scratching up the doors. And you finally chilled out when you discovered you couldn't get anywhere and that they would feed you and stuff. And they have been trying to teach you their language. But your language, your elven language skills are pretty basic.
And you're learning the monk arts from
Yes, that's right. And Tick is like, yeah, put your spear down. Let's show you what to do, like how to punch someone.
He's a monk of the Holy Beet Farm.
Punch.
Okay, Rumil finishes up, heads out. Just at about the time you guys see a band of about 50 guys turn the corner into the street where you're at. 10 of them have the little copper torques around their neck, and one of them says, "Get them!" And this mob of guys start charging towards you. You are certainly welcome to throw down with 50 guys. I will say the odds are pretty narrow, but you've got an idea of where Pegasus Rock is based on where you were looking at the maps, and it is away from where these guys are running from.
All right, and we are booking it to Pegasus Rock.
Okay. Everybody give me initiative. We're going to do a chase scene.
15.
All right. Wow.
Oh, we lost Ken.
Yep. We will proceed without him.
Classic Ken.
Okay. So you guys turn and start sprinting away from this horde. So the mechanic here is you need to get up to 3 levels of escape from the pursuers. So each time you roll a skill check that is successful, that adds 1 to your escape level. Once you hit 3, then you'll have been far enough away from them that you can effectively hide, etc. If you want to help out your compatriots, like if they're not doing as well, you can take the help action instead of trying to increase your own distance. And then they would have advantage on the skill check that would be appropriate for them. Yes.
What is Luktok's base movement speed?
Luktok's pretty speedy. He also has the Tabaxi like burst.
Burst of speed.
Yeah, that.
Cool. Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah, so he's pretty speedy. There are a ton of these guys chasing you, so a handful of them are every now and then going to be able to catch up anyways. So I'm going to say that the speed differential maybe would give an advantage on one speed related check. And Luke, did you get an initiative roll?
I submitted it in chat.
Oh, okay, I missed it.
17.
Okay, sorry. It's buried in the rest of the text. I didn't see it.
It was a lengthy paragraph.
It was a lengthy paragraph. I don't usually read paragraphs when I'm just looking for a number. It's a whole pattern recognition thing humans do.
Yeah, you would think when you call for initiative, that would be the time you would sit in front of the camera. But Ken is such a trendsetter that he just fucks off and leaves a long note.
Long note.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Rumil. Rumil, you're pacing along, trying to keep pace here. You turn into an alleyway, and there's a bunch of doors here. Trying to figure out which one would be the easiest to get to go through. Give me an investigation check.
Dude, Rumil gave up on Annie?
No, he was done.
Oh, team player. All right.
Natural 20.
Woo! All right. You got two escapes, so you immediately find the right door. Bam, you're through it. Running down another alleyway. You are taken off. All right. Thalen, give me a D10.
All right. 3.
All right. You bump into a panhandler that's like kind of reaching up like, hey, buddy. You could try to convince this guy to interfere with the others, with the guys that are pursuing you. Give me a persuasion check.
All right. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you try to persuade this guy. He's kind of looking like, I don't want to get in any trouble. So you pass him by and head on back. Keep on running. Luke Talk, give me a D10.
4.
4. You come upon a large crowd of people. They're all kind of gathered around looking at these elven ships flying around, destroying things. You could shout for them to get out of your way, or scare them with scary tabaxi behaviors. Go ahead and give me intimidation here.
Quick question, if I can.
Yes.
Are there buildings around?
Sure.
Are they wood? Are they stone? Like what's?
I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I just immediately dart to the right and scale the wall at my normal speed since I have claws and run along the rooftops.
Okay. I think in order to get to the wall, you're going to have to get through this crowd. So that's what the intimidation is for.
All right. That would be a. Give me a second. 4.
Okay. All right. You are not able to scare them. Yeah, you're hissing at them. You're kind of pushing through. You get to one of the buildings, crawl your way up, and you're sprinting across the top of the rooftops here. Tick Tick, give me a D10.
I got a 4 on the die.
All right, great. You get to that same large crowd. You see Luke Talk is taken off. If you want to press through him, you can try to intimidate him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm an expert at that. 3. I'm a fleet captain.
Yeah, they do not seem impressed. You have a hard time shouldering your way through them. But eventually you press through. Did not make much speed. Okay, on the bad guys' turns, they lob a handful of arrows at each of you. Rumil, that's 2 hits for 4 points of damage. Thalen, that is 1 hit for 2 points of damage. Luke Talk, that's 2 hits for 4 points of damage. Tick Tick, that's 1 hit for 2 points of damage. Although you have deflect missiles, don't you?
I can, if I'm aware of the incoming volley.
Yeah, you're totally 100%. You can definitely see these from a mile away.
All right. Let's do that.
Does that require any roll?
Just a D10. I redirect 3 points of incoming missile damage.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, great. You snag it right out of the air. Didn't hit you at all.
Sweet.
Awesome. Okay, back at the top, Rumil, you're making great time. You don't see anyone behind you. Give me a D10.
3.
3. Okay. You get into that the same crowd that everybody else has been at that kind of is impeding everybody else. Give me an intimidation check. 7.
11.
11. All right. Yeah, you guys are just stymied by this crowd. Cannot push through very effectively. But you maintain your 2 points of distance after you push through and keep on going. Phelan, give me a D10.
5.
5. All right. You're kind of looking. You're noticing that this huge horde of guys that's behind you is kind of. Some of them are kind of arcing around to try to intercept before you get there. So give me an insight check to try to figure out how you can avoid getting pincered by them.
All right. It's, modified 20.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you're like, okay, I see where this is happening, and I'm gonna kind of maneuver and bolt down this alleyway to the right. So you take a jaunt to the right and head away, avoiding getting kind of pincered. Luke, talk. Give me a D10, please.
10.
10. You see running on the top the rooftops here. You see a small elven ship. It's a 1-ton. It looks like a butterfly. You see a single elf kind of piloting it that you think you could jump up and kind of kick off to clear some distance and get onto another rooftop. Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics for this one.
Bummer. All right.
Hardcore.
21.
Woo! Nice. Yeah, you kick off this flitter. You see briefly the elf pilot like looks at you as this cat is like hurling towards him. he like briefly jaunts. Yeah. He like briefly jigs the ship, but you're able to get it kick off and get a further distance away from the pursuers. Tick, give me a D10.
10.
So you see Luke talk, who is your mentee. Like, you're the monk. You know all this shit. You see him do this amazing maneuver off this elven ship, and you're like, I could do that. And you're like, I could probably do that better.
I'll have to.
Give me acrobatics.
He won't stop meowing about it, I bet.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, that's D20 plus 7, 22.
Nice.
Oh! Just slightly better than your protege. Yes, this poor elven pilot sees somebody else hurling themselves at his ship, and he tries to swerve, but you guys get there and get a point of distance. All right. As you guys are running along, a couple of elven man-of-war ships go across the rock and kind of strafe it with these energy blasts. It creates this shrapnel, things blowing up all over the place. Everybody give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 14, please.
Nope, didn't make it.
Oof, didn't make it. Okay. Phelan made it. Great.
No.
Tick. Oh, no.
No.
That's wild. Okay, if you made it, You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks and everything hurtle around you. If you fail, you take 9 points of damage.
What was the save?
Dexterity saving throw DC 14.
30 DC 14.
Dictic, isn't your 1 a 10? On a dex saving throw? I mean on a natural 1, you start at a 10?
Who are you talking
I don't
to?
think that's how it works. Yeah.
I'm actually going to use Tides of Chaos, since this is going to suck otherwise, to re-roll.
Ooh, nice.
I make it.
How much if we made it?
If you make it, you take 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right, Tides of Chaos. So that allows you to, what do you add a D4?
It has
a re-roll.
Advantage on one.
Oh, okay, advantage. All right, great. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Yeah, Tides of Chaos can incur a magic surge.
Yes.
Well, I got a 17. So what do I need to do?
So that's good. So you made your you only lost 4 hit points, so you're at 14, which is good. And then go ahead and add another to your magic surge level. So I think you're at those prestidigitations added as well. So you did 2 prestidigitations kind of on camera. So your wild magic is at 4 right now. Give me 3 D20 rolls, please.
If you indicate the level, but you do it silently, and the DM doesn't notice, it counts.
I survive all 3 times. It's
okay. What'd you get?
I got 13. I got 8, and I got 9.
Okay, great. No wild magic surge happens. You're currently at level 4 for your wild magic.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you saw this explosion. You saw this like rock hurling towards you, and you're like, manipulated the forces of the magic around you and avoided taking that damage fully. These explosions happen. The bad guys are behind you, still chasing after you. Back to the top. Rumil, give me a D10.
7.
7. Okay, you get to a spot that's just full on a straightaway. There's no impediments. Nobody's in front of you. Easy to take off. Give me an athletics check.
Jesus, if I fuck this up, trip in the middle of the. Let's see, athletics. I don't have anything. Okay, so I got a 16. Or 17.
Hey, all right. That's your 3rd point of escape. So, Rubo, you're like kind of chubby elven self is just pelting hell now. You're like invigorated after that. You know, you got drink, you got gambling, you got woman time. Like you're having your best day, really.
Favorite trip yet we've taken.
Incredible. Okay, so Rumil, you take off, you break off, you are done. So I suppose if you want on subsequent rounds, you could give the help action to one of your people.
I'll do that.
I'd like to do that. Okay. All right. Sorry, hang on here just a second. I forgot that there was music. Okay, Phelan, give me a D10.
All right. 6.
6. You see a couple of people that come up to you and they're like, "Hey, are some bad guys chasing you?" And you think that they will throw in if you're able to basically deceive them into thinking that they can help you. So give me a deception check.
All right. My deception modifier is -1. Okay, 15.
Hey, that's good enough. You convince those guys that like what story do you spin for them that convinces them to try to stop these guys?
They think I'm the guy bouncing on the ceiling. They're after him, not me. It's a misunderstanding.
Ah, nice. All right, awesome. They go and run interference for you. You got 2 levels of escape now. Luke Talk, give me a D10.
4.
4. Yeah, this is the straightaway that you wished and dreamed for. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, hooray! Athletics. That would be a 20.
Hey, all right. Yeah, you find the straightaway and you just bolt down it using your tabaxi speed and just take off. You've got 2 levels of escape. Tick tick.
I got a
10. 10. You come upon a herd of kind of emu-looking lizard-like creatures. They're just like all over the place. They're crapping all over. You can see there's like some poor guy who's trying to get them herded, going the right direction. Give me an animal handling check to try to beat past these dumb things.
Animal handling check. Emu lizards.
These are all words.
I got an 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, you cannot interpret like what these lizard things want you to do, and a couple of them kind of like reach out and lick you, and they're sniffing you, and like one of them kicks you, and you're just not able to make it through. All right, the bad guys are going to take some pot shots at the people they can still see, which is Thalen. That's 2 misses. Luke Talk. That is 1 hit for 2 points of damage. And Tick Tick. That is also 1 hit. Give me your deflect arrows.
Yeah. That's wow. That's 10.
Okay, awesome. No problem. You snatch that arrow right out of the air before it can hit you. No damage at all. Okay, back to the top. Rumil, you see your friends are behind you. I don't know, your friends, your brother at least, and the strange people that he has acquired on this quest of his. Give me either insight or perception check, please. Rumil.
Four.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it looks like they're going a little slower than you. Which one do you want to help out?
Let's do Thalen. Or Luck Talk. Because I can't resist that seduction.
All right, Luke Talk's piteous meowing. Okay, Thalen, give me a D10.
All right. 5.
All right. You come upon a straightaway as well. Give me an athletics check.
All right. 17.
Yeah. Okay. Great. You break away. You are right there with Rumil. The bad guys can't see you. You're getting pretty close to being safe. Luke Talk, give me a D10. 4. You see that there is like an awning that you can like slash the ropes that are hanging it up and have it kind of swing down and hit.
Oh, I do that despite whatever the end result might be. That's like dangling and drifting in the breeze. Yeah. I leap right for that and just shred that motherfucker.
give me a sleight of hand check to have it do what you want it to do.
14.
Okay, you do in fact shred the hell out of that thing. Oh, roll with advantage though, because Rumil is helping you.
16.
Hey, there it is. Rumil, how did you help Luke Talk with this like little dangling thing that you just
pointed it
out
out,
on?
obviously.
I was running by. I wasn't even aware, but like glinting off of my sword was like a light, and as he was clawing, he saw the light and chased the light, and it just so happened to be in the right spot to where he was able to get a grip.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, beautiful. Okay, Luke Talk, that's 3 levels of escape. You are up there with Thalen and Rumel. You're all safe. The only one they can see is Tick Tick.
I grind to a halt. One of my bonds is those who fight beside me are those worth dying for. I turn around to go and help Tick Tick.
Ooh, okay, great. Okay, Tick Tick. Yeah, there's this horde of 50 angry pirates chasing just you. Give me a D10.
I got a 1.
Great. You see that there's a panhandler kind of by the side that is like, hey, you need some help? Who may be willing to help you if you can chat him, talk him up to it. And since you're the people person, give me a persuasion check.
Oh yeah, I'm an expert in that. $14. I'm from out of town. I don't know a fucking thing.
All right. I'm from out of town. 14 is not quite good enough. The guy kind of looks at you, looks at the horde, looks back at you. He's like,
Farmer.
All right. Okay. I'm going to roll some perception checks for the Elven fleet on you, Tick Tick.
We did take the epaulets off the coat.
Yes, you did.
Big penalties there. Uh-oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that's not good.
Jesus.
2 20s.
Double ones, huh?
What are the odds? Anyone, real quick.
1 in 400.
Yep.
That's yeah. 0.025%, something like that.
Long way.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Okay. I didn't want to distract you, but that was just, I literally couldn't believe that. Okay, Luke Talk, you're cruising through these alleyways, running past these lizard-like creatures, and simultaneously 2 of these little butterfly things sail over and launch nets out at you.
Nets?
It's a Tick Tick, not Luke Talk. Sorry,
Oh.
Tick Tick. Yep. So that is.
Can't deflect nets.
Nope.
Nets aren't missiles.
Both nets land on you. They're kind of weighted. They also have like a draw string, so they like wrap you up and are pulling you up into space.
Right on. Do I get an action?
You were running last round, so that was the bad guy's action. So we're at the top of the initiative.
Yeah, all right.
You guys all see this. So Rumel, Thale, and Luke Talk, you guys. So I think that we're going to say you're free of the copper pincers at this point. Like you've escaped them. Unfortunately, Tick Tick just got nabbed by the Elven fleet. He's dangling about 20 feet below this flitter in this net that's got him all wrapped up.
As a reminder,
Rumel,
I did turn around to run back at the end of my last round.
Yes, exactly. You were at the end of your action when you saw that. Rumel, what do you want to do? So you guys are free from the pursuers, but now Tick Tick's in trouble.
Nah. We had way worse back on the farm.
They put you in. Did your parents put you in straitjackets and put you in the basement? Like, okay, get out.
Yeah, like I don't want to know what kind of child abuse Tick Tick had for that to possibly be true. Can from this distance, what is the distance between us and these?
I'd say like 100 feet. Like you could move if you want to take your movement to get closer.
Can I maybe I can't do this. What I'd like to try to do is use magic missile to damage the gears of the. Ken's already shaking his head no, so I guess that's a negative.
I'm not the DM.
What do you want to do?
I want to try to damage their machine using magic.
Like attack the flitter?
Mm-hmm.
Like attack the ship?
The little copter things that are that have captured him. I'm assuming there's a net. The net goes to them, and so they are sort of conjoined to him. So if I take down one of them, it should fall and drag the whole party down.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So magic missile specifies a creature, but there are pilots on these things. And Rumo, you grew up in the Elven Fleet. This is a flitter. This is a 1-ton fighter class spelljamming vessel, which is very commonly used by the fleet for kind of small things that require a lot of maneuverability, etc. They have one pilot. It's an elf, and you can see them. So you could target the elf if you wanted to.
Perfect. Let's do that. I just need to take one. So
awesome. And are you going to cast that at first level or second level?
I'm going to do. Let me see. I'm going to do it. Can I? Yeah, I'm going to do it at second level.
Okay. Awesome. Roll 2d4 plus 2.
4d4 plus 4. There should be four darts.
Let's see. 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 glowing darts plus another one. I'm sorry. I thought it was just one.
So what do I do? 4D.
So 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. First one is 5. Second one is 6. Third one is 6. Fourth one is 6.
How are you rolling 6 with a 1d4 plus 1?
Well, he's adding that modifier to each one, so you get the total of those, and then you add your 4. So whatever the dice says 4 times, then add 4.
Got it. Didn't get that. Misunderstood. Okay, so
sorry.
3, 2, 1. So yeah, 9 plus.
Okay.
4.
All right, that makes sense. Great. Yeah. So you point. What do these magic missiles look like, Rumil, as they're flying through the air towards this poor pilot who's just trying to do his job?
I'm still recovering from my actually really great day, so they're gonna look very much like what I left in the tavern. Little blasts of white as they shoot out.
Gross. All right. Yeah, you're still back in that little blast of white. Just pepper this elf pilot. You see his body twitch, and yeah, sure enough, you notice that the flitter, now without a spelljammer in control of it, is going to go towards the gravity well, which is below it, and it's kind of headed your way, Rumil.
Great. I'm going to yell at Lucktalk to see if he basically go for it, see if he can run up and get in there before it crashes.
Okay, awesome. Add one to your wild magic and give me a wild magic surge roll, a d20. Good. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, you took out one of the 2 flitters very effectively. Phelan.
All right, so how they are both moving towards us? What's the distance now?
Yeah, well, they were both moving towards you. You notice one of them now is starting to crash. It's probably about 100 feet behind you.
Okay, so
but it's moving towards you. So if you wanted to close the distance,
so
yeah,
we're gonna have some Robin Hood time.
Awesome.
I draw my crossbow, and I'm going to aim for the pilot of the other vessel, and I am going to lead him just slightly as the other pulls him to, I suppose, starboard, and I am going to do your modified inspiration rules apply?
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking inspiration on this.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely dramatic opportunity. All right, roll with advantage here.
Okay, so 22 to hit.
All right, you draw a bead on this pilot. You loose the crossbow bolt. It thunks right into him. Roll your damage.
All right. And that is 11 points of piercing damage.
You nail him. He goes unconscious. His ship starts to list to starboard. So right now, Tick Tick is being suspended by these 2 flitters both of which are now falling out of control at the surface of the asteroid. Okay, fantastic. Luke Talk.
Okay, I've been waiting. I run. I throw myself into the air. Front claws and back claws all extended. I'm launching myself right at the net, and I'm just going to shred it. I'm using action surge and bonus action for a total of 3 claw attacks.
Awesome. Give me your athletics check.
What's your rules on inspiration? Because I did just use my bond with the turning around to fight for the people that.
Yeah. It's basically if you use it at a dramatically appropriate moment, then that refreshes. And yes, Helen, that your inspiration refreshes.
Perfect. All right, that would be a 16.
Incredible. Roll your attack rolls.
All right. First one is going to be a miss. Second one is a 21. Third one is a 12.
All right, awesome. You hurl yourself through the air at Tick Tick, who's falling with these 2 flitters. You clang on, just shred it. You and Tick Tick fall to the rooftops. The 2 flitters go wheeling off to the side, crash into a building. Fires get started. Incredible. Beautiful. I love it.
Punch for Tick Tick.
How far did we fall?
You fell like 10 feet. You didn't take any damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I land neatly on my feet.
Oh, that was beautiful. This is such a fucking cool game. Okay, so you guys escaped from the copper pincers. You rescued Tick Tick from the Elven fleet. The fleet is still flying around, causing chaos. There's a battle going on, a space battle going on at this point. And all of your running, you find yourself on Pegasus Rock.
Was this obvious murder of 2 Elven fleet officers observed, do we think? Or
give me a perception check. You were pretty focused on shooting that guy.
Okay. Oh my. That is a 16.
You're not sure. Your knowledge of Elven Fleet protocol is that they're probably like constantly scanning, life signs, and the scanner technology is pretty good for the magic is pretty good for most Elven ships. So you're pretty sure that they've mapped the movements of everybody on these rocks.
But is it good enough to be like we can match up these people to the people who, at this point, destroyed property?
Yeah,
This is more property than people.
You're not quite sure, to be honest.
Okay, well, let's. We're on Pegasus Rock. We've got a meeting.
Can I use Second Wind to recover some hit points?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
Quick question. Do you want us to roll for damage and restore hit points? Do you want us to take average, or is it our choice?
I don't think I understand the question.
I know that you're doing just average damage on all dice rolls.
Oh, just for the bad guys.
Okay. So
yeah, you guys roll.
Okay.
No, you guys just roll like normal.
All right, that's fine. I get 8 points.
Nice.
And I'll do the same.
So I have you at 25, Luke Talk.
Yep.
Okay, and Thalen.
And I recover 11, which brings me up to full.
Yeah.
And Eric, could you give me a real quick refresher on your inspiration rules?
Yes. Basically, if you use inspiration for something like selfish, then if you use inspiration for something like really bad, then it's gone forever. If you use it for something selfish, it'll replenish at the next adventure. It's like Karma Pool, basically. It's identical to Karma Pool.
I understand. Yep.
Okay.
So if we use it the way that it's intended to be used, basically it's
We can use
almost
it whenever.
unlimited.
Exactly. Yes.
Cool. That's a really, I like that. That's a neat approach.
Yeah. And if you use it at like the most dramatically appropriate, like the big battle, like everything's on the line, etc., you get an additional one on top of that.
Oh, neat. Very cool.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. I forgot to go over that. Okay, yeah, you guys are on Pegasus Rock. This is where you wanted to be anyways. You just need to find the lobsters.
All right.
It seems like this rock is a little bit further away from kind of the rest of the pirates' anchor, so there's not an elven ship nearby to it. People are still kind of like frantic, but they're not like running in the streets screaming as they're being bombarded by the ships.
Are we near one of the shopping mall directory things? Can we get a quick look at where the lobsters are?
Yeah, so the maps only show like the connections among the rocks. They don't actually show you what's on each rock. Yeah.
So it's not quite shopping mall.
No.
I can't know where the Sparrow is.
Right.
You are here.
Yeah. All right. So I am going to head towards the smell of food and fermentables.
Okay. All right. Why don't you guys all roll an investigation check, please?
Oh, I'm an expert on that. 20.
Yeah.
And to balance that out, I got a 1.
Nice. Yeah, if you put it in the chat for me, that would be helpful. Nice. Oh, poor Tick Tick. Being dragged down by the group. Tick Tick's like, it's definitely this way, and everyone else is like, I don't think it is.
They're winded after that rescue. They're a little...
You were just riding around in a net. You're feeling great.
Yeah, I recouped.
Okay, so you guys do eventually find the lobsters, but enough time has passed that it looks like the battle is starting to wrap up, probably in the elves' favor. And Rumo and Thalen, you think that they're probably going to start landing troops here pretty soon. But you guys get up to the lobsters. You see it's a 2-story building, and there's just a picture of a red lobster on the front of the building.
It's a Darden tavern.
I was gonna say, I cannot but love the idea of this guy, this hardcore gangster boss, hanging out in a Red Lobster. Just, lovely.
Hey, endless shrimp is endless shrimp.
Endless Yogi, deep fried.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my God.
Is there like is there a back alley, like dumpster sort of area?
Yeah, it's like a standalone building, so it has like an alley on either side, and then in the back there's a like a service alleyway kind of thing. Back here,
Doc's got a forage dinner.
There's a door. So there's a door going in the front. Obviously, there's a door going in the back, and then there's a stair going up to another door at the second story.
Cool. I'm gonna curl up underneath the stairs and try to go to sleep.
Okay.
It's been an exhausting day. Yeah. I'm still not real clear on what we're even doing, so it's catnap time.
All right. So I'm headed in through the front door, and I am going to let. I'm guessing since it's a Red Lobster, I'm going to let the hostess in her red vest know that what's his nuts sent
Yellow
me.
Teeth?
No, the Yearling sent me. I'm joining Yellow Teeth's party for a drink.
Okay, what Tick Tick Rumo, what are you guys doing? As Luke Talk's curling up for a nap, Phelan's going to the front door.
I think I'm going to be checking out that dumpster.
Are we? Okay, whatever. I'm going to. Can I first get a sense of the place? Like when they does it seem busy, or is there a bunch of people running, screaming?
Yeah. So again, and you guys took a while to find the place. So there's even fewer people on the streets than there were before. They're almost completely empty, actually. Like there are no windows, no exterior windows, that you can see through. Like listening at the door. Give me a perception check, Rumil.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not sure what's going on inside.
Okay. I'm actually going to hang out outside with the cat and wait to see if some shit goes down. And if so, I'm going to bust in pretending to be one of the elven invaders.
Okay, awesome. Now you guys are around the back door, to be clear. So Thalen's going in the front. Okay. All right. So the whole rest of the party is around the back. Thalen, you just walk bold as can be right in the front door. There is not, in fact, a maitre d' here waiting to seat you. It looks like actually the place is pretty freaking empty.
Of course.
Give me a perception check, Thalen.
All right. Give me just a sec.
Also, I'm going to be, while he's going inside, I'm going to be trying to make sure the door also opens.
The back door?
Yeah.
Okay. 17. Awesome. The downstairs back door does not open, or at least it's locked. Okay, Thalen. So walking into the Lobsters, it's a pretty large dining room. It looks like it's mostly a restaurant. Like you do see a bar, but it looks like it's primarily the eatery. There's nobody in here. There's a door in the back that you presume would like go to the kitchen area, and then there's a stairway going up to another door that leads to that second story area.
All right, so up the stairs it is.
Okay, great. You head up the stairs. Pausing at the top of the stairs, you do hear voices beyond this door.
All right. I am going to knock
Okay.
with confidence, but not like beating down the door like this is the police.
Awesome. All right, Tick, give me an investigation check as you're dumpster diving here.
12.
12. Okay, you find a kind of boned fish carcass that's pretty smelly.
I crack an eye
Cool.
open. Well,
I'm feeling somewhat sanguine about Luktak's circumstances, so I will throw him the boat.
perfect. I chew up the fish skeleton and resume my nap.
What kind of building is this? Is it stone, wood?
It's wood.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yep.
Great. I'm going to use Scorching Ray about 15 minutes into this on the building. And then we're going to to the front.
All right, Thalen, you knock with confidence but not obnoxiousness. You hear the voices all stop. And then let me think. Okay, let me think about this for a second.
Never a good thing. When your DM is like, wait, hang on.
Yeah, the door opens onto what looks like a private dining room. There's a single long table here. Looks like you can seat maybe 15, 20 people. Off on the side, there's a
banquet service.
There's a St. Andrew's cross with an elf attached to it. He's just got a loincloth on. He's got a bunch of like whip marks on him. He doesn't look like he's doing very good. There's about 14 pirate-looking dudes in here, including the guy whom you assume is Yellow Teeth at the far end of the table. He's kind of this bigger, older-looking pirate. They're all looking at you when you open the door.
Did I see in the other bar any kind of like physical greeting or any kind of sign that pirates are flashing towards each other?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, that's 19. Right.
Wow.
Excellent rolls.
You did see you saw actually a handful of different signals. you didn't see Yearling do any, but you did see a couple of like pirate greetings. You're not sure what this group's reaction to that would be.
All right. So instead of any of that, I would say, Lord Yellowteeth, Yearling sent me to parlay with you.
Okay. The whole table of pirates, like they were looking at you, and they all turn and look at Yellowteeth. He kind of nods.
All right, and so I am going to keep cool as a cucumber. Just walking up to him. I have dealt with bigwigs before. And so you make eye contact. You're respectful. I am middle management in the Elven fleet, and so I know how to kiss an admiral's ass.
Awesome. Yeah, you hear the door close shut behind you. You look behind you. You see that there are 4 more pirates that were arrayed, like ready to kind of stab in case someone charged in the door. Arrayed behind you. So there are these guys behind you, and then they actually like move to step in front of the door between you and the door. So one of the pirates kind of pulls one of the chairs out of the way so that you can stand at the other end of the table. You can't, sit. And they all kind of look up at you, including Yellowteeth, who hasn't said anything yet.
Lord Yellowteeth, Yearling sent me to find you, saying that you were the man to see about work around these areas.
You choose a funny time to go looking for work, Elf. Do you not see that your people are in the air above us?
The fleet is always fucking shit up. If I stopped my business whenever the fleet was fucking shit up, I would never get out of bed.
Give me a deception roll, Phelan.
Pretty good.
All right, that's a 15.
Okay. Ortiz kind of looks over, comes back to you. Come back tomorrow, Elf, if we still live.
Sounds good to me.
Good meeting.
Is there anything I could do for you today?
Good meeting. Another meeting that could have been an email.
Actually, we'll strike that. I am going to. So, is there another exit besides the one that?
Yes, there is a door behind him,
and
basically on the other side of the room.
And so, does the other side of the room walk by the St. Andrew's Cross at all?
I mean, if you went to that door, you could go on either side of the table. On one side of the table is where your target is, where Fingon is. On the other side of the table is kind of nothing. So yeah. All
right. So I'm going to walk along that side. Does Elvish have any kind of like with some languages there are gestures that have meaning that might not be noticed by probably not quite that clear, but I'll hold my my hands close to my chest, and if there's a symbol for friend or anything like that, I'll flash a thumbs. We'll just go with English for right now. I'll flash a thumbs up to him while I walk by.
Wait, isn't thumbs up white power now?
That's okay.
Oh, right.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
That's
Thumbs up is still okay, or
Oh my
all
God.
right. I mean, we've only got another year or two before it becomes like
Nazi adjacent.
yeah.
Okay, so the last interaction that you had was come back tomorrow. So you're still standing at that end of the table. Are you just going to start walking?
So before I walk, I say yes, my lord. I will be back tomorrow. As a tribute, I reach into the bag and take the remaining 8 silver that I stole from the those copper pinchers I killed, and said it's not much, but a little tribute for future business. And I leave. So I walk that way. I place it down and so I use that as my pretense to walk along the other side, flash him the thumbs up and maybe a little wink, and then go out the opposite door.
Okay, so a couple of things. I didn't actually answer your question because I didn't get a chance to yet. Elvish does have many gestures that you can use. Furthermore, as both members of the intelligence community, you know how to secretly communicate with someone, not have a full conversation, but you can communicate with someone without verbal expressions reasonably effectively.
So I will have layered these gestures into my my discussion with Yellow Teeth, looking deferential while I'm saying these deferential things. Meanwhile, the motions are like, NSA, be cool. Don't tell them anything. I will be back.
Awesome. Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
All right. That is 16.
Okay, great. Okay, you do your thing, and then give me a perception check, please.
All right. 14.
You see Finnegan's right hand do a little gesture, which indicates that he received, he understood. Get me the fuck out of here.
All right.
Thalen, one of the pirates near the door that you came in, opens it for you, and again, everyone. It seems like everyone is super cool. Like when you went to reach for your silver, nobody batted an eyelash. It looks like these guys are pretty hardened pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead and head on out.
Yes.
Okay, great. You head on out. You go out to the front street. You don't know where the fuck your party is.
Okay. I'm going to make a circuit of the building itself.
You see Rumil starting to cast a spell.
And am I close enough to swat away the somatic component?
Yeah, you're right next to him.
Okay, hand down. I have come up on him engaged in fuckery before. I know exactly what this looks like, and so just sort of a grab of the wrist. And what brilliant move did you have planned?
I'm going to reply with "Oh, you're back. That's I was just preparing for a backup."
Insight.
Yeah, give me a deception check. Roll insight, Thalen.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine, but honestly, this is what Rumil does. This, yeah. I mean, he's your brother. You've known him your whole life. It's just his default approach to things.
But would would that amount of a win on the contested rolls be like, you were going to burn the place down? That's always your solution.
It seems pretty likely. Yeah,
You were
18
going
insight.
to
He was going to burn it down. Yeah.
Our target is in this building. If we
Did you get him?
No, it's filled with pirates. It's filled with pirates who are not the least bit concerned. They're in there hanging out, having dinner while they're under siege. They're not worried about us.
They can't have dinner in a building that's not there.
Smart.
Why don't we take a 5-minute real life game break, you guys? So you guys are all around back. Luke Talk's still curled up under the stairs. Tick,
still digging for food.
You're Tick dumpster diving. You found like a half-eaten biscuit.
Cool. Yeah.
What's the status? Are you going to tell him, Phelan, what's going down?
I'm gonna fill them in on what's going down.
Cool.
I think the big points are that our information target, our source is in there, is currently restrained and has been whipped. I'm wondering if we can use the siege to the energy weapons from the ships. Would they set the restaurant on fire?
No, they're more like concussive sorts of things. And on a fundamental level, they're designed for ship-to-ship combat. They're not really designed for attacking people or buildings. Usually the Elven fleet strategy is to employ spellcasters on the ships to do those kinds of things.
Okay. All right. Give me just a second. Let me chill out Rory, and then I'll be right back.
We have another problem, it seems. Given I look and act like a consummate fleet captain, but maybe the fleet on some authority is not accustomed to casually finding stolen derelict fleet vessels, just in out of the way pirate hangouts. So that's the second problem.
What was the first problem you listed? I caught the second problem.
The first problem is we've got to abscond with this guy now.
Yeah.
And he's way bigger than a cat. So I don't know how that's going to happen. Second problem, which is related to the first problem, where are we going to go with him? Because, Elven fleet.
Well, the weapons that are currently on the ship all belonged to copper pinchers, and so maybe if we're real lucky, they'll assume that the copper pinchers stole that ship and go and round them up. And while all of that insanity is going on, we can make good our escape with, say, a different Elven fleet ship. Yeah, sure, why not?
Do we want to go loot those butterfly ships we took down?
It's probably a good idea to leave those alone. I'm sure if anybody saw those go down, they're probably checking them out and
right, because the Elven fleet looks after the fleet looks after their inventory is what you're trying to get at. Right. So we know of 3 potential free vessels. We already technically claim one of them.
Well, and we're making an assumption that they're after us, or that they really care about that eel ship, because that was decommissioned bullshit.
What I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure at least one other person, aside from those butterfly pilots, has eyes in the Elven fleet, and they're going to be like, "Hey, what's that weird cast-off, decommissioned bullshit vessel doing berthed here? Maybe we should, I don't know, look into it."
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's tons of people in the fleet that are just looking around for shit to do, but it seems like we have a second problem.
Yeah. No, that's a problem. That's a problem.
So to cope with that, I'm finding dinner.
Okay.
You can always hide in a dumpster. Pro tip. Pro tip.
Well,
yeah, Tick Tick found some snacks.
One thing to remember, Tick Tick, is that we're on a pirate stronghold. Everything here is stolen. Everything here is stolen, and so chances are pretty good that that our vessel isn't the only stolen Elven fleet vessel that's docked here. And so, oh yeah, and while everybody's running around, I mean, we can.
That happens a lot.
I've kept up with inventory and profit and loss statements for the fleet. The overhead is absurd. The fleet just randomly loses things. It's written into the budget. We actually have shrinkage for our ship inventory.
Shrinkage.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, I know back in the village, if you misplaced a shovel, you were going to get whipped.
Well, that's because there's only like 8 of them. There's thousands upon thousands of ships, and as long as they aren't carrying important people, they're not worried about it. Trust me, I am not important.
Oh, right.
If I were a part of the shovel you described, I would be the like the third from a middle splinter, something that nobody would miss if it were gone. It's pretty helpful while it's there, but I am not particularly important, which is why I have been able to just leave. Take him and leave. So what we've got to deal with first is getting... Excellent. We've got to deal with getting Fingon out of there.
Yeah, I don't like his name.
His mother liked it, and that's really the one who gets to decide.
It's not an auspicious name.
No,
and you don't want to deal with Fingon or his family. No.
Remind me again why we don't just want to flush them out like rabbits by burning their building down and then shoot them on the way out and pick up our guy that way.
I think it's a good idea in like half an hour when I'm done here. And Luktak's going to be done with his nap by then, so he'll probably want to warm up.
I think, Rumil, the problem with burning down the building is that it's not what would happen if the Elven ships shot at the building. And so if there were suddenly fire, they would come out ready for some kind of ambush. And there are too many of them for us to just shoot. I think I've used up my one superhero shot for the day.
Got it. So you're saying we need a bigger explosion than just fire.
That's what he's saying.
100%.
That's, Rumil, normally I would say no, that is not what I'm saying, but today, yes, That is exactly what I'm saying. We need a bigger explosion, and we need it to be plausibly caused by one of those ship's energy weapons. So it needs to be a concussive explosion that will drive them to ground, maybe so fast that they just leave their guy on that cross in there because he's so big, and then we run in there and grab him. We cut him loose.
You know, if we got one of those thopter thingies from earlier and we crashed that into the building, that would probably make a big enough boom.
Yep.
So we're going to draw the attention of another one of those, and we're going to have it come out.
Get one that we took down earlier. We just took out the pilots. The building, they should be stacked. We just fly it over and, you know, let Luck Talk jump out once it's over the building, drop it on the building.
There are I as a DM really love this plan. The two flitters that you downed, they're pretty fragile when they're not in space, so they're probably ruined. But there are flitters all over the place if you want to jump on one and take it.
Yeah, you guys do that while I'm gone.
Let me know when I've completed a short rest, please.
Yeah, another 20 minutes or so.
All right. What exactly would it take for me to snare one of those things?
I mean, they're 1 ton, so they're pretty heavy. But I mean, the easiest thing is just to throw someone on it, have them grab the pilot, toss the pilot, and then take over.
Yeah, if I can get within 30 feet of one, I can get on it. No problem.
I like this plan.
I'm excited about this plan.
Yes. This is pretty much exactly what all of our plans have looked like.
No, the dinosaur plan, that was really our peak. That was peak plan.
And note we're not agonizing over this plan. This is advanced role playing. We're not spending a half an hour being like, oh, but what could the consequences be? No, we're going for it.
Consequences,
all right.
Consequences.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Yeah, you guys finished a short rest. So all the things that you get back with short rest replenish. So there are flitters, kind of all over the place. And you could try. I mean, they're not coming below the level of the buildings, right? So you're gonna have to get up to them somehow. But based on what Luke Talk and TikTok have demonstrated, that seems within their skill set.
Is one of Rumil's cantrips prestidigitation?
Yes.
Could we lure one over?
Like with what?
I mean, like with lights and sounds and weirdness to come to another rooftop, like within 30 feet.
Yeah, he has minor illusion, which is probably going to be more useful for that.
No. He could use prestidigitation to do harmless sensory effects such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor. That's totally the sort of thing that we could use to make them think that their ship is having some sort of minor malfunction that will bring them down to the ground.
Even better.
Range is too short.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the range is pretty short.
Yeah. I can Misty Step if they're within 30 feet, so. I can just, I can just hop right into their lap.
You can just hop right in. So you could, just give Tic-Tic an alley-oop, basically.
Actually, if they're basically flying kind of close to the tops of the buildings, I can climb up to the top of one of the buildings, help Tic-Tic up. That should get him within 30 feet of one. He can Misty Step in, toss the guy out onto the roof. We can immediately restrain him and tie him up and go from there.
Yeah. Then the only problem is piloting the vessel.
Yeah, what does it take to pilot one of these things? That's just a skill that we all have, right?
Yeah.
So actually, so Rumil has been your primary pilot throughout all of this. He's kind of informed Thalen and Tick Tick how to do it. Luke Talk, how would Luke Talk feel about being in a chair for 8 hours with this thing on his head?
Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, it's worse than that. We talked about the epistemology of the Spelljammer helm in the last session, and you're not wearing the helmet.
Let me make it very clear. It would be exactly like trying to put a small hat on your cat and then having it sit still for 8 hours. That's how this is going to work for me. I'm going to claw the shit out of you.
There is a serious thunderstorm coming through here, you guys, just so you know. So if I drop out, that's what's going on. Sorry.
All right.
So in short answer, Luke Talk does not have spelljamming piloting capabilities, but Tick Tick, you and Thalen both have basic skill. So you have enough that you think you can prevent it from crashing, but you're not sure. It's going to be hard. You could try. It's going to be hard for you to deliberately try to crash this thing into a particular target. Possible, but hard. Rumil would have an easier time of it.
Would it be harder to coordinate the crashing of these Thopters, of multiple Thopters at the same time? And then we could just be indiscriminate about our targets?
Well, what if with Tick Tick and his basic piloting, would that be enough to get him onto the roof and get Rumil into the driver's seat?
Yeah, 100%. Yes,
smoking
definitely.
the bandit stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, we could even have him just strafe it instead of running directly to it, and sort of engage the original plan and strafe it a bit, and then drive by once, cast this scorching ray, and let the building burn and let them run out, because there's an identifiable target, and hopefully in all that. The other three of us, I would imagine, have some decent stealth. My stealth stats are pretty decent. And Tick Tick with his ridiculous dex, we could get in there, snatch him, maybe switch him with that elf pilot. And now the pirates have an elf pilot. And while they're dealing with the hostage situation, we can take our ship and book it on out of there. There's a crisis going on. They've got to marshal, they've got to have a die-hard situation around wherever the pirates are.
I see no problems with that at all. Yeah, that's good. Exactly. That's going to work out great. I think I might have a harder time operating the winch for the net than I do piloting the vessel.
All right, beautiful. So step number one is Tick Tick gets up on top of the roof with Luke Talk's help, and then Tick Tick, you're going to Misty step in and toss the pilot off the edge. Is that right?
I might just ask him to leave.
And then step 3, profit.
And then then we're going to profit. There'll be some profiting.
All right. You and Luke Talk. Is anybody else going up to the rooftop with Tick Tick and Luke Talk?
I'm going to be up there as well to keep an eye on.
I should be able to help everybody up. I can climb up easily, and if we have rope, I can just help everybody up.
Okay, great. You're all on top. Presumably not on the Lobster's rooftop. Is that true? Okay, some other building. Okay.
We can see the Lobster, but we're not.
Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, so you get up there. Tick Tick, you wait until you see a flitter come cruising by, and whoop, Misty step in. So you, Misty step, are you going to want to be on top of the ship, or are you going to want to be in the same space as the pilot?
Same space.
Yeah, same space. If I could just get right on his lap,
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. You
just make him fly it into the building.
Yeah. I'll just honk his nose.
Okay, Tick Tick, you're sitting there. You're sitting in front of this very surprised elf.
Hi, you might not recognize me, but I'm a fleet captain. Very important. I'm going to need to, requisition the craft. Soldier.
Give me a deception roll with disadvantage, Tick Tick.
Dude,
Being
seriously?
neither an elf.
I'm an elf.
Nor inappropriate. Oh, you are. That's right.
Yeah.
Not inappropriate attire.
I'm wearing a captain's uniform.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing more appropriate than that.
You pulled your epaulets off, remember?
I put them back on. I had a half hour.
What'd you roll?
Retconning stealing them from me.
He laughed. He took a 5-minute break. I had a 14. That was my low roll. 14.
Okay. You try to sell this to this guy. He is not buying it. So he's going to do an intelligence check to decide what his next step is. He's either going to call it in or he's going to try to beat up on you.
I'm on the roof, giving like the 2-clawed thumbs up. You're doing great.
Meow.
Cool. Okay, he failed his intelligence check, so he's just going to try to beat on you, Tick Tick. This is tough for him, but he smacks you. He smacks you like open-handed.
Uh-huh. Oh, is he touching me?
Yes.
Because I get a reaction.
Yes.
Okay, I'll attack him 4 times.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
That's a pretty badass reaction.
Yeah, man, flurry of blows. I'd already made physical contact with him, so he is considered analyzed. Okay, so 8, 17, 11, 12.
They all hit except the 8.
Okay, so that's going to be 3d4 plus 21 non-lethal damage.
Dude is unconscious. He smacks you, and you just kind of calmly like reach up and put a nice little chokehold on him. He is out. You do take 3 points of damage there, Tick Tick.
Okay. All right then. I'll I guess take an action or whatever it takes to like peel his skull out of the helm.
Yep.
And then I'll just put that on.
Okay, great. Yeah. You're in control of this little, very maneuverable. It's much different than the ship that you've been with before, but it's much more maneuverable, much smaller. You kind of almost wheel around. Actually, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check?
Yes.
What is my intelligence?
You're looking for a DC 5.
Oh, sweet. Oh, good. My intelligence is very high. And I roll a 5.
Hey!
Okay. Great.
Yeah, you managed to keep the thing on course, and so is the plan for you to get to land, and then Rumil is going to hop in?
Yeah. If I can
Why not just yourself steer it towards the lobster and then Misty step out?
Well, because I can only do that once in between rests.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's a real disadvantage to be able to teleport at first level. I'm gonna if I can figure out how to lower the net.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let me see. Let me roll. It's only some of the ship types have the net. This does not have that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could just wet squib the net shot down there and then use that as a winch. Okay, well then we'll just get Rumil and then we'll swap out the guy.
Yep. Okay, so you hover down to the rooftop. You toss out the pilot, right, to your compatriots. Yes, nicely. Yeah. Okay, nicely tossed to the pilot. Okay, and then you hop out. Rumil, you hop back in, right? Okay, so now what's happening?
I'm going to restrain the pilot. I will tie him up with whatever we have on hand.
Okay, great. Yeah, he is unconscious and restrained. So now, Rumil, what's Rumil doing?
We're off to the Red Lobster then.
You're gonna start strafing the Red Lobster with the guns, and then light it on fire with your scorching ray.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Awesome. All right, give me. Let's see, Rumil. Yeah, Rumil, give me a dexterity check, and you have proficiency with this.
Say that one more time, Eric.
Dexterity check, and add your proficiency modifier.
Okay. Natural 20.
That'll do it.
What? Oh my God! All right, so Rumil, you take the flitter up. You figure out how to activate its weapon systems. You get the shield raised. You are hitting the lobsters repeatedly. You see the building shaking. You're kind of circling it around, hitting it from all sides. Eventually, since you guys are in sight of it, you do see the back door open and a ton of pirates pile out. Thalen counting. It looks like it's all of them.
Do they have?
And they're just kind of scattering.
Do they have Fingen?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay, so are they going out from the back?
Yes, and then they kind of scatter.
Okay, so we're going in through the front.
Okay.
And
I'm going in from the roof.
And
okay.
I am going to lug this pilot.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going in with the pilot.
Okay. Rumil, are you going to continue to bombard it as once the pirates are out, and were you going to burn it on fire?
No, don't do the fire. Don't do the fire. No fire.
I mean,
just bombard.
Just in the heat of the moment, I'm going to keep going. I don't get often where I get to bombard a building with stray fire. So, I'm going to try to restrain myself, but I'm going to just continue until the thing's rubble.
Okay, awesome. All right, and Tick, what are you doing?
Burn it. I'm going to help carry that body.
Okay. All right. Thalen, Tick, Luke, Talk, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
19.
Nice.
15.
Good.
21.
Okay. You guys each only take 2 points of damage from falling rubble as the building is being slowly pummeled into debris by Rumil. You get up to the private dining room. You see Fingen is there. He looks unconscious. You guys manage to free him and strap up the pilot in place.
Yep.
Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna strip down the pilot or make attempts to look similar? Or
let's just leave him the way it is. Because
I do loot him though. I want to see if he has anything on him.
Okay, so you're gonna check over the pilot?
Yeah.
He has a dagger, and he also has an object. Give me an Arcana check, Luke Talk.
Arcana?
Awesome.
He has an object. He had an object. Now I have a dagger and an object.
Bye, Timothy. Yes. So besides his clothes, he has some small spherical thing, Luke Talk. It looks like a marble.
He had.
Yes, he had a marble. Okay, so yeah, you guys put up the pilot, you grab Fingen, and you beat feet.
All right.
Yeah.
So as we beat feet, I am going to use my swords as sort of semaphore to get Rumil to land at that original roof. And I am going to lean into the ship's communicator and call in a hostage situation at the Lobsters on Pegasus, and I'm going to give my my elf NSA hostage code.
Yes.
It should be an older code, but it'll still check out.
And, nice.
And we're just going to leave that there, and we'll hope that the pirates come back to get him, causing major trouble, and hopefully they'll all converge, allowing us to escape on the eel.
Beautiful. Give me a persuasion check with advantage, Thalen.
That's a natural 20. Natural 20 for, let's see, persuasion, that's 21.
Oh my God. All right, you call in a hostage situation. The fleet responds immediately and aggressively. Leave the flitter there. You run across the anchor. You see a bunch of elven ships converging on Pegasus Rock. You all get to your ship. You've got Fingen. Your ship's still there. It's more or less intact. You hop on in, and you're able to get out. The fleet has no idea that you made it.
This was fantastic. Love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
Incredible. Oh my God. Beautiful. Not at all how I saw things going, which is so much fun for me. I love it. I love it when things go different than how I expected. That makes it so much fun.
You know what really makes it fun at the climax of the adventure is when you don't screen share a Google die roller and fuck us.
I'm just operating under the assumption that Eric had those two D20s positioned on 20 and 20, had them there for like the whole game, and then it's like, oh, look, guys, look, because that's the sort of shit that I would do.
I usually my left hand is just kind of playing with the dice over here on the table. No, that was nowhere in the script. I had absolutely no plans for anything to happen with the flitters interacting with you guys. But then I rolled that. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. They spotted you and they're gonna make a grab, and that was a lot of fun.
We really fucked them up on that too. Like down 2 ships.
That was incredible.
Neatly freed our companion and landed on our feet.
Yeah, that was action movie style bullshit.
So how often do you guys play this game?
This will be the 4th session since spring.
We played Spring Break.
We did 3 days in a row on Spring Break and today. So it's a rare, and this is what 20 years prior to the actions of White Star.
Right.
Okay. Well, assuming that you're not too irritated with my fuck up with scheduling to let me continue, I'd love to continue with this game. This was awesome, and I love Lucktalk as a character. He's a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I've stayed away from Tabaxi because I feel like it's a pretty typecast sort of lame character race. Yeah. But no, he was neat. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really like the stranger in a strange land kind of thing too, where he's just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, really, I feel like that plays into the Tabaxi race a lot more effectively than just like, oh, I'm a cat person who is fully integrated into society.
Right.
No, you're not.
No.
Those two things don't go together. You want to be fully integrated into society, be a dog person.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so you guys stabilize Fingen, you debrief him, and what Fingen tells you is that the Elven High Command has been in negotiation with the Aboleth Empire to get them to help the Elven fleet destroy the Dominion, destroy the Mind Flayers. So the elves made a deal with the aboleth to open a portal to another world, and then the aboleth would help them destroy the mind flayers.
This sounds like the dumbest goddamn idea.
It's almost like it was their idea.
What, like the aboleth's idea or the mind flayer's idea?
No, the elves. The elves were like, "Oh, I got a great pitch. Oh, this is what we're gonna do." Yeah, and everyone in the meeting was like, "Short meeting. Yeah, home run."
It's a bureaucracy. Total bureaucracy.
So Thalen, yeah, this jives with your. So yeah, you think that your dad was given these orders by the Elven High Command to go like deal with these aboleth and make a deal with them, and then this is the deal that was been hammered out, and so the elves are working on opening up this portal to another dimension.
Eric, one of my background traits / flaws is the monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. Do I know like what that enemy was? Was that aboleths, mind flayers, something different, or just not specified yet?
Yeah, not specified.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, and Ken, just because it's to your interest, we found evidence of a previous elf ship that went through with a non-biological translator for the aboleth, JOU5T.
Beautiful. Oh, that's really cool. Nice, Eric. Nice.
Thank you. Okay, Thalen. So that's what you discovered. So what's your play from here? Are you thinking like, do I need to rescue my dad? Do I need to infiltrate High Command? Do I need to figure out where this portal is being constructed? Like, what's you're like the only one that knows, basically, besides High Command, what all the fuckery is. So what are you thinking about doing?
It's time to take it to a neutral but potentially antagonistic party to the fleet. So not like the what I'm thinking is it goes to like the Federation of Traders and such on Brawl or something like that, and hand over a lot of this evidence and say there's major fuckery about to happen. And
so you don't really have too much evidence though as part of the problem. Like you have Fingen's reporting, but if you want to do that, which is totally great, I think that honestly the next step would be to go have a look at this portal.
Get the evidence. Okay, so then it's time to see the portal, and
I hate it when you talk like this.
And maybe find a contact. So using my my sort of elf NSA contacts, find an asset outside of the Elven fleet who knows about portals and cross-planar travel, and someone whose word would carry. I'm thinking it would be Eggfort. And get him to analyze.
Got it. Okay, so finding someone who can do something intelligible with the portal. Okay, cool, great. Tick. Luke, talk anything to add or any thoughts as you know you're kind of participating in this. Luke, talk. You understand probably like 1 word in 10.
No, I'm just super happy that we're all still alive and that apparently everything seemed to work. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think the theater of the mind aspect of the game really helps with that.
Yeah.
Because if there was like a tabletop, and there were concrete elements of the scenario that Eric can describe. If there was an actual map, I think we would all be like, "Fuck you." There's no fucking way I'm putting my character in this situation.
You're not wrong, man.
Like, how the fuck did this happen? But no, this way we just say yes, and we're like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Also, in the backstory, this also really helps because my character is designed to be clueless, stranger in a strange land, and Thalen is the protagonist. He is the straight shooter with the sense of duty and the mission. And if I start doubting why I ended up here, it's all downhill. So it's
beautiful.
Oh, what?
I love it.
We're killing a dinosaur? Oh, okay, fine.
I love it.
Well, I'm thinking of it. At some point, I will probably show Rumil the object that I found, since he seems to know about weird things.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bubblehead. It's basically a rescue/escape system for elven ships. So when you Rumil knows exactly what this is. He's made them. So when you break it, it creates a little air bubble around you and gives you some butterfly wings so that you can fly to the closest elven vessel.
I need one of these for my real life. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something that anyone can use? You just break it?
Anyone. You just break it.
Okay.
Oh, and
I am
Eric,
absolutely going to hoard that and bat it back and forth casually.
Yes.
Eric, I'm going to send this to you via email, but I think as an interesting tie-in to some of the crazier intrigue in other games, I think on one of those earlier expeditions that Maximilian, as some kind of like trade ambassador, would have been on that ship to visit the Aboleth, and the Aboleth like way fucked up Orin and gave him the aberrant mind, and so he then went to made like a blood pact with the mind flayers, and so suddenly he's no longer in international trade in goods and gems and stuff like that. He's in international trade in people. And so their job was to keep his son under control, and he escapes and is at large so
awesome. That sounds like fun. Very cool. Yay.